non-big pay-per-view PLE WWE style events are coming up next week. Obviously, we got the big PLE with WrestlePalooza and the AEW one as well. But this Saturday, kind of like WrestlePalooza, an event that came together in a short period of time. I think I heard about it like mid-August when they started putting tickets on sale. And that was the next AAA event that involves WWE, which is Worlds Collide, coming off of Triple Mania, which was in August. There are some notable matches if you are a WWE fan. I believe this is also going to be available free on YouTube. It is going to be from Las Vegas and the Cox Pavilion at the Thomas and Mack Center. So to be specific, Allegiant Stadium is the big stadium. T-Mobile is the main arena. The Thomas and Mack Center is the arena which used to be the main arena WWE would use when they'd come to town, and they didn't have one on the Strip.
What do you make of the start time?
Well, what is the start? Is it 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Well, I guess again,
after SmackDown.
It's one of those. It's kind of like the Hall of Fame was when it was super late, in the sense of it's catering more to the live audience, it's less looked at as an important event. It's looked at more or less as like supplemental wrestling, right? It's looked at more or less like, we don't want to, AAA is still, I don't want to say developmental, but it's not WrestlePalooza, and it's not even really treated like kind of like an NXT event. It's kind of treated like a supplemental event in the WWE world, right? Kind of like Evolve or something of that nature. You know, when they used to do like the Mae Young Classic or the UK Classic, where if they had like a WWE network, it would be on the WWE network. And it's on YouTube, right? It's not even on any specific channel. So it'll be 7 o'clock local time, which makes sense. So I guess that's good, for the live audience, right? It's a regular start time. I don't think it's going to be super long, but it's Friday night as well. So 10 to 1 a.m., I guess for the TKO world, that's not different for them, because that's how UFC events are run all the time. It's, the 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. But yeah, I think it's going to be, a lot of people, as we saw with the last trip with the Triple Mania, about how many people watch it over a period of time versus how many people are watching it live anyways. It's kind of one of those, hey, watch it the next day, watch bits and pieces of it. Because again, to fans like me and you, it is kind of one of those Worlds Collide where we recognize 50% of the roster if we're not AAA diehards, right? We're following along because of the fact that it's like an independent wrestling show where they have like the big name from WWE and we don't know the others, but we go for that. And that's kind of what we're doing here. But kind of get at where the event is. It's at the Cox Pavilion, which is the secondary high school style gymnasium, which is off of the Thomas and Mack Center. So essentially, if you think about UNLV and the campus of UNLV, there's where the men's basketball team plays and where the women's basketball team plays. And this is where the women's basketball team plays. I think TNA ran an event there, WrestleMania weekend at the Cox Pavilion.
It holds about 3,000.
Yes. I can tell you, I actually went to many years ago as a way to kill some time. SummerSlam 2021 week, the NBA Summer League was going on. And it is, when I say they're attached, I mean they're literally attached, where like if they open the doors for both, you can go from one to the other, because as I was at the NBA Summer League, they were holding games simultaneously at both. And me and my friend, we would walk over to one arena, we'd watch a game, and then at like halftime, we'd walk over to the other arena, catch the end, and we just did kind of back and forth all day of like, hey, it's the fourth quarter at this arena, the Cox Pavilion, let's head over to the Cox Pavilion, and then head back over to the Thomas and Mack Center. But clearly one is a major arena, one looks like a high school gymnasium, for lack of a better terms. But so you're expecting probably around 3,000 people. But it makes sense because, this is a show that was made last minute, right? Only about a month prior. And unlike the WWE WrestlePalooza, the AAA audience is very highly in Mexico. So the fact that this is not in Mexico and you had to sell to an American audience mostly, yeah, I don't know if you could have sold 10,000 tickets or whatever on a month notice. But some matches that catch my attention, right, is obviously the main event. El Hijo del Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio. Obviously, Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano were just in that triple threat match. We saw AJ Styles get involved. So my question with this AAA Mega Championship, does AJ Styles get involved here again with Dominic Mysterio? Is this someone else get involved? What do we see with this? Is Dominic Mysterio going to be the new AAA Mega Champion after Friday?
He is. Dominic's winning. Simple as that. Dominic is he is so over, not only obviously in WWE, but when he shows up at AAA, Like and I'm not talking baseball as I see you wearing the Chiefs shirt. It's not AAA baseball, but
But yes.
he is beloved in Mexico. He really is. Like he is a man of the people, and they love him down there. He gets better pops than just about anybody, whether it's AAA or WWE. Like he is so over. Why not put the bout on him? It makes too much sense. You got to do it. You just got to do it.
One match that's on this card, I think it's just so that we can see and sell more Demonito puppets, if you will. And that's Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana. Are you looking forward to this just because, again, we're just going to, is this going to just be so we can see all the puppets?
Yeah, I think that's literally what it is. I mean, yeah, I mean, Mr. Iguana's fun. I think he has a niche for, not only in AAA, but for WWE. And obviously, anything that's got Finn Balor in, I'm going to watch anyway. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean the Judgment Day is all over this card, obviously with Dominic Mysterio in the main event, and then the Judgment Day in this tag team match, and Miguel Rodriguez will be a part of it as well on the outside. But other matches, speaking of Judgment Day, right? We've got the Fatal 4-Way for the AAA Latin American Championship, a little mix of NXT, a little mix of the main roster. We got Dragon Lee, Ethan Page from NXT, JD McDonough, and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. I'm not Mexican, doing my best here with some of these people that aren't currently on the WWE main roster. But I mean, that's really Worlds Collide because we're seeing main roster versus NXT.
You can just call him Dr. Wagner Jr. I think that's safe. Our AAA fans out there, if I'm wrong, I feel like I've heard it, Dr. Wagner Jr. before. I'm just saying.
Are you looking forward to that match as well?
Yeah, I think it's good match. I like Ethan Page. Obviously, JD McDonough's involved. Dragon Lee and Dr. Wagner Jr. I watched him on the last AAA show that was on YouTube. Very impressed by his work as well. So I'm looking forward to this match. I think he retains.
Natalia's continuing her work outside of the main roster, trying to make herself relevant everywhere and anywhere. She's going to show up, and she's in a match to determine the number one contender for the AAA Women's Championship, if you will. It's Faba Apache versus Natalya. Again, not too familiar with her opponent, but Natalya's showing up. Is it going to be the braided Natalya that we see? Like that Josh Barnett Bloodsport Natalya? Do you expect that?
Yeah, I think Natalya. I like this new look for Natalya. I think she's more grittier, tough. She's not being a pushover anymore. She's all about business. I like it. I'm going to take Natalya in the match.
Do you see the New Day claiming themselves to be the AAA World Tag Team Champions as they take on Pagano and Psycho Clown, who are the current champions?
Not happening. Pagano and Psycho Clown, and they're going to win. No doubt.
So one major obvious in this one is which we'll see, right, with Dominic. That's your title change for this event. As we move on to another event that involves Ethan Page, it's NXT Homecoming this upcoming Tuesday, and boy, this is a card. So NXT Homecoming, it reminds me of WWE Homecoming when they returned to the USA Network eons ago, and that's what they called Raw, like Homecoming, after they went from Spike over to USA. But it's Homecoming because they're going back to Full Sail. You forgot about this, but at the PC, which is also in Orlando, is down the street from where WWE and NXT really took off, and that's Full Sail University, where they were taping their shows every single week. WWE got cheap during the pandemic, so they started running shows back from the PC. They realized, hey, we can just run them right from here. We don't got to kind of lease out any space over at Full Sail. I like the Full Sail because, again, it kind of added the whole element of people who may be in it, like Full Sail students. And I think a lot of people who were Full Sail students got a great education other than just being in the WWE, like we saw, like Tom Phillips, who was a student of Full Sail University, and other people like Corey Graves, perfecting his chops in the announcing world through that kind of process. So it wasn't just used as a facility, but I think Full Sail entirely from production elements and all those things is what took NXT from the Florida Championship Wrestling realm to be what it is today, and like a third brand because of, them utilizing not just, the space to run shows, but the entire university to run them at a high level. And it's going to be a good show. Ethan Page, Tyler Breeze, the North American Championship is on the line. We have the Women's Tag Team Championship, not NXT, WWE, as Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair taking on Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame. We have DIY versus Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes.
Returning Carmelo Hayes.
Yes. We have a big women's six-man tag with Stephanie Vaquer, Tiffany Stratton, and Rhea Ripley against Fatal Influence. And then obviously the Grayson Waller effect, which will have Obafemi and Ricky Saints as guests. I imagine leading up to a big match with Obafemi and Ricky Saints for the championship at the next event.
Yeah.
Which on this NXT homecoming card are you looking forward to?
To me, it's the easiest. This is the easiest one of the day. DIY versus Trick Willie and Carmelo Hayes. That's gonna be the best thing on that card. Best one. I'm looking forward to that more than any of it.
I mean, I'm looking forward to see like how the NXT tag team women stack up. You know, Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I mean, as well as the other women's match, which is the 6-man tag. I mean, that's Stephanie Vaquer, Tiffany Stratton, and Rhea Ripley. I mean, those are all not just women on the main roster. Those are main event of a WrestleMania women on a main roster. You know what I mean? All teaming up. That's a super team, if you ask me, right there.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I mean, Fatal Influence has zero shot.
But I mean,
Let's be honest. Yes, I get it. We know it's scripted. Blah blah blah. Fatal Influence is not winning this match. No way.
I will say, you know, I don't know how long the AAA NXT Worlds Collide event, WWE Worlds Collide event is going to be. I know NXT obviously is going to be only 2 hours long, but I have to say, you know, I don't know what Raw and SmackDown have in store next week necessarily, but I think NXT and maybe even this event, if I had to watch SmackDown, Raw, or those two events or these two events, I'm going to pick these two events. I think this NXT, I mean, that's a lot chalked into a 2 hour period of time.
Oh, 100%.
So I think NXT next week is very stacked. I'm looking forward to it. It's not just like sometimes NXT, you have a main roster person come over and kind of main event the card or lead the card. But I mean, from top to bottom, I mean, like you just said, DIY, the match you're looking forward to is not necessarily the match I'm looking forward to, but at the same time, that match I can't deny, right? Carmelo Hayes, DIY all together. I mean, obviously that is going to be a huge tag team match. All the biggest women, I think, from the main roster are going to be on this NXT show. It should be a good time. I think it's crazy because I think while they're going over to Full Sail University and it's kind of that homecoming, I think this could be if like NXT does those things where they want to venture out of those smaller venues and want to kind of sell tickets to like, you know, a bigger venue, like a little arena kind of thing. I think they should have a card like this if they're trying to do one of those things where they're go into an arena again, trying to like make it to see who shows up for like a 5,000 seat venue for just NXT. Have a card like this, and I think you wouldn't really have much of an issue, right? Because again, this is like 50% main roster talent on this card, and I'm looking forward to it this upcoming week.